When I first got the call to come to the NBO, it was out of the blue. I think it was in early summer. No idea what I was getting into. I said yes, it sounded very exciting. Show up there and there's 15 rackets waiting to go and you just start stringing and it's a blast. And you never really get to focus that much on what you do for work, but also your passion. It's just...
I've strung for an awful lot of players over my stringing years, and I've been really fortunate to string for some of the best players that are out there, such as John McEnroe, Andre Agassi, Martina Navratilova, all players who at some point have actually won at this tournament.
It happened last year. I can say that I am the last person in Canada to string for Serena Williams while she was still on the WTA tour.
Something I do when stringing that I think some other stringers may not do, I'll always weave the string ahead of the one I'm pulling, just because it relieves a lot of the tension on the actual string as you're stringing it. It's a lot faster and it's a lot less work on your fingertips.
You really need to be consistent. All the rackets have a certain pattern that you have to follow. I think for me, I always make sure the outside strings, I do at least 6 or 8 pounds more than what the regular tension should be.
My technique is to pull the string towards me. I find that it is a quicker and more efficient way of stringing a tennis racket.
What happens when a player comes in to get the racket strung? So first, they give us the string that they want us to use. They tell us what tension they want their rackets at, either in pounds or kilograms. They can drop off between 2 and 12 rackets. Typically want them the next day. We do them every day for each player, whether they use all of the rackets or not. They want fresh strings daily.
We get to see them as real people, not just professional tennis players. They're very kind, courteous, generous, and really thankful to us.
I think for me, the go-to fun fact for stringing, that stringing for the racket's performance is 50% of the equation, where the actual frame is the other 50%. I think that most recreational players overlook the fact of the string and spend most of their time picking out a racket.
Maybe 50% of them ask us to pre-stretch their string. And by doing that, it firms up the string bed, holds the tension in the racket a little bit longer, and so when it goes time to play, the racket's its most accurate it can be for playing.
My fun fact for stringing is that natural gut, which is used by a lot of the top-ranked players, is actually made from cow intestine.
My favorite, proudest NBO moment isn't one in particular, but just knowing that I've helped the player achieve their goal to win either a match or even the tournament itself.
To have a unique skill set, as I do, makes stringing for the pros a very rewarding and exciting thing that only a handful of people in the world can say they do. So it's very rewarding, and I really enjoy it.
Almost every single thing played with on the tour you can pick up at a Sporting Life. You can walk into that store, talk to someone who's strung at the NBO, have them set you up with a frame and a string bed that Rafael Nadal would use.
You know what's interesting about the whole thing, and here we are, we're stringing rackets for the pros, and we're stringing rackets for people who make their livelihood out of playing tennis. And what we do is we take that and we bring it back to our store and we take it back to our customers. We do it out of our own pride and our own need to be able to do our best. And we want to give that customer the same experience that we're trying to give to these players at the tournament.
Whenever you're stringing a racket, whether you're doing it for Nadal or you're doing it for a customer that walks into the store, you always want to be able to provide the same stringing, and that's really, I think, what makes a good stringer, someone who's able to do the same thing repeatedly.